Okay, Dream Space here, Renaissance Workshops, Wizard Workshops. I'm out the back, in the backyard, in the open air, and I'm going to show you how I route shapes using a ball bearing cutter. So there's the ball bearing on a straight cutter. You can use profiles after you've done the straight cut. You can do profiles as well, like shapes on the edge. So this is a typical pattern, except it's a weird shape. But there you go. Hopefully you can see there's a self-tapping screw, not countersunk, at intervals around the pattern that is cut out and sanded. This is just MDF. It doesn't last forever, but if you're doing only 20 or 30, it's plenty hard enough, and you could put acrylic or resin, soak it in and make it harder, or you can have, we used to use a layer of Formica on top, but anyway, and screw that on, but that's a lot more work. So these screws are for screwing them onto a firm base. So here's a firm base for the shape, which I'll be cutting out or routing out to for a backing board for these prints of this icon that I did. So I'm going to demonstrate the routing of one piece, and hopefully it won't be too loud. Just be ready to block your ears. So this is a hammer. The points of those screws on the other side, they come out about 4 mils, 5 mils, and I usually file them a little bit so that you get rid of the screw part, so they're just spikes sticking up, and they hold the pattern, the blank, firmly on like that. And then all you have to do is follow it round anti-clockwise, so it's pushing against the spin if you're doing the outside edge, and if you're doing the inside of something like this, then you go the other way, you go that way. So I shall plug her in, because oh yeah, no, it is plugged in. This is take 2, because I lost the ball bearing, didn't I, of the first one. Okay, here we go. Sometimes a little tap to get the cut piece off the spikes. This is waste, and I apologize for not wearing ear masks and face mask, dust mask, but there's a nice breeze carrying the dust away. So there's a shape, perfectly copying the shape that I've cut out and sanded, and then I will glue this on here. But very often you actually want to do a profile, and by a profile I mean something like that. See, that's a shape, an edge, shape on the edge, and we used to make picture frames, and I thought I dug up some very old ones, decades old, but even that profile there, easy peasy with that's probably 16 millimeter custom wood, as we call it, or MDF, and then 9 millimeter, or is it 9? Yeah, for this part. So it's a 2-part one, that. But the basic common or garden frame that we used to was our bread and butter, was this sort of profile. So 1, 2 profiles plus a rebate, plus first of all they used to get cut out. We'd cut them out, and then we'd pick up another router, we'd do the inside, the cove there, and then we'd do the outside profile, and then when they were all done, put them in another jig and route around the inside to make the rebate for the frame. But that's sort of complicated compared to cutting out a shape for whatever purpose. You could do a shield, all sorts. Anyway, this here is quite thick, and as you see, it just chewed through that, a good sharp router bit, chews through that no problem. And as long as you hold it reasonably firmly onto the pattern, you actually, it's quite easy. You go right round, and the MDF will last quite well for, you know, say 10, 20, even 30 or 40 without really significantly changing or, you know, compacting in. However, I put some CA glue, soaked it into the MDF, so that could, it's an experiment, that might make it just that much harder and last for maybe 50. Yeah, I mean, basically it's you can use industrial formica for the top layer, so the router bit could follow around the top of a, say, 5mm piece of formica, but that's a lot more work. I just use for smaller runs, MDF is fine. I'm probably shouting because I've got my earphones on. Yeah, that's better. So there we are. I will just do a little quick oh, by the way, we made thousands of those frames, thousands and thousands of memory frames, sold out, and did philosophy in 1990 when I was 35. I'm now 71. This is, it's like riding a bike though, routing shapes and making a pattern. That pattern probably took maybe about an hour or less to make the whole thing. Cut it out, sand it a bit, screw the little, what do you call those little spikes that are just self-tapping screws, screw them in, screw it onto a base, screw the base onto a firm table, and there you go. So I will just end up take it here and just sign out. There's the Wizard's Forge, and there's a dodecahedron in the background, and a sculpture in progress, a little hobbit wagon that I put on a trailer, and the main Dream Space / Wizard Workshops in there. So I'm going to sign out. There's our aki aki, forever trees. Aki aki means forever in Maori, or long lasting, I suppose, eternal. And there's our winter vine that goes all the way down the Street of Dreams to the outside world. But this is a little world to itself, and I hope you enjoyed the little how-to. Oh, there's our upstairs. I'm going to end on the upstairs lookout point where we can watch the sunset.